and she asks God, you know, if she's dead. And he says, oh no, you got about 40 years left to live. So she wakes up and she decides, well, I've got 40 more years. I'm gonna have a little eyes done and have my nose done and put a little lip injection, and you know, I'm gonna look pretty good. I'm gonna dye my hair. So she got looking really good. She gets, you know, out of the hospital, walks across the street, and smack, a car hits her and she dies. She goes to heaven. She goes up to heaven and she says, God, I was supposed to have 40 more years. What happened? What's up with that? What's up with that? And he said, I didn't recognize you. Okay, I had to just back up and so today, our topic is about trust. You know, it's about trust that life is supporting our highest good.
Yeah, it's because
life supports us. And that wherever we go and whatever we do is really, there's a presence that walks with us, that supports us in what we do. And when we cultivate this capacity to be able to trust, to open to this energy of the divine, you know, of God, we are able then to relax into the mystery of life. We don't need to know everything. And I want to talk about that a little bit today because, wait, what I know in my life, and I know it in yours, is that anything can happen to anybody anytime. Anytime. You know, we can't trust anything, right? And so we're talking about trust. How are you supposed to trust this, you know, universe? How can we trust anything when everything happens all the time? I know that when Judy and I do a lot of counseling and things, we talk to a lot of people. And what people say, I think, is that there is so much pain, that there is so much change in their life. There is so much loss in their life. I can look around and I can see each and every one of you practically that have gone through so much change. And I think that every counseling, don't you, Judy, what we do, it's usually about some kind of change, whether it's a loss of identity, whether it's a loss of a person in your life, a loss of a job, loss of money, you know, it can be anything. But it's about change. And until we can cultivate this capacity to be able to be with that, to be with not knowing, we can't have peace in our life. And so that's our job. That's what our whole intention in life is to do, is to be able to be with life as it is, to live life on life's terms, not ours. See, to be able to live in this mystery. I think really in life, I think about it all the time, that life is really more mystery than it is continuity. You know, we don't know anything from moment to moment to moment. And I remember, it seems like in my life, it's like this, right? It doesn't go like this too often. It's always up and down. There's always so much that happens. And I can remember a specific time when we went through ministerial school in Missouri about, gosh, how many years ago was that? That's like 12 years, something like that. And at that time, right at that time, those years, there was like 4 years, I was going through so much change in my life, so much change. My husband was going through transplant at the time. My kids were younger and they were making some decisions that were very difficult. My mom was sick. It was all this stuff, and I was in ministerial school. And I can remember that we had to do this assignment, and we had to come up with a credo. We had to come up with this idea of, you know, what do we want from life? How do we want to be in life? And my saying was, it's a motto kind of, it's that I surrender to the mystery. I surrender to what's going on, God. All I want to do is just be at peace. I know I can't change it. I can't change anything, and I can't change anybody as much as I tried, as much as I wanted to. You know, you can't do it. You just can't do it. And so the only thing that you can do is to be at peace with what's going on. And that's the hardest thing in the whole world that there is to do. And that's what we're talking about today, is being able to just trust the process of whatever you're going through. Trust life on life's terms. You know, let me be okay with whatever goes on. Let me be okay that they paved the parking lot today on the first day that we open. You know, it's the little things. I mean, the biggies in life are hard, but the everyday things are what get us, right? You know, you're having the service in the parking lot. Also, the guy calls and says, we're having, you know, the parking lot tomorrow. Nobody can park there. So I have to trust that I can accept the moment as it is. Okay, we can't park there. Am I going to stay up all night fretting about it, or am I going to go into acceptance and say, it's okay? And that's what we're talking about. What in your life, robs you of your peace? What robs you of this calm peace of your soul? But see, for me to be able to trust what is, I can't do it on the human level. It's hard. It's just hard to be able to have every moment, this is fine, this is okay. I try, doesn't work. What works is when I know who I am. When I can center myself enough to know that I have a power in me that is so incredibly big, that is so beautiful, that is so wise. When I know that, when I can center myself and feel the bigness, I can get through anything. And you can too. You can get through anything in life. If you know that you are an eternal presence. See, what we think is that we are fragmented little beings, that we're just these little human beings. We don't know that we're connected to this whole incredible ocean. We think we're you've heard the metaphor of the wave and the ocean, and we think that we're the wave, and we live this surface life of ups and downs and things happening to us, instead of knowing the truth of who we are, the bigness of the ocean, because we are the ocean. We're so connected, and in that ocean is the foundation of love and wisdom and kindness, everything that we are. We are because we are connected to something bigger, and we can trust that. We can trust that always. So when you can't trust the stuff in your life, you can trust who you are. You can trust the presence of God within you, instead of living on the surface. You go deeper, because when we go deeper, it's better. When we go deeper, our lives change. We walk with a presence, with a bigness to us. And we develop something called basic trust. A basic goodness in life. It's a trusting that everything's going to be okay, no matter what happens, right? Everything can fall apart in life. But there's something inside of you that can't fall apart. And I'm talking about even death. I'm talking about losing everything in your life. It hurts, but it's surface. See, there's something so big that we can't lose. And that's the eternal bigness of who you are. And I have to experience it only in the stillness, right? We can't do it when we're not still. Actually, we can do it. If we are still enough, we can take it out. We can take it out to the world. When we develop this incredible bigness inside of us, this stillness, we can take it out to each other, and it helps us deal with the suffering of life. It helps us be with each other. It helps us deal with people that we're not so fond of. It helps us see their essence. It helps us love better. See, the energy of the mystery, because life is a mystery. God is a mystery. We're a mystery. And until we can step into the mystery and be okay with it, relax into the mystery, our lives can't be at peace. We can't feel that inner peace. So this whole journey is about relaxing into the mystery, relaxing into the mystery of life, this field of strength and wisdom and love. I mean, I think it feels so good to know, because for so long I didn't know that the presence was in me. I thought it was out there. I thought I had to go through Jesus. Did any of you feel that way too? And the truth is that you don't have to go through anybody. It's there. The presence of God is within every one of us. It's within, and to me, it makes all the difference in the world, not having to reach out somewhere else until we can trust completely. And when we do, our boundaries expand. All of the traditions talk about this. We start to see each other as one. We start to see each other as love. We develop the trust with each other. We can trust each other better when we can trust ourselves, right? When we can trust who we are, we trust each other. We see ourselves as part of the ocean, and we realize that we're not just this wave that's up and down and going through all of the stresses of life. When we have that sense of trust, we can relax into what is going on in your life. My favorite teacher of all time is Eckhart Tolle. I just think that he's changed my life. And when he talks about acceptance, it blows me away, because what he says is that Your acceptance of what is going on in your life takes you to a deeper level. It takes you to who you are. When you accept what is in the moment, what's going on in your life right now that you can accept? That's hard. And I'm talking about just little things, you know, in your life. If you can say, this is, and it doesn't disturb this calm peace of my soul. He says that when we say yes to the isness of life, when you accept the moment as it is, you can feel this sense of spaciousness within you. And that's the bigness that I'm talking about, this deep place of peace within us. You know, on the surface, you know, we have this human life. We're happy and we can be sad. I mean, that's normal. We experience all of it. We can be mad. We can be angry. But those are all really surface emotions. When we know ourselves and we can step into the stillness of who we are, we still live our life, but we come from a different space. Our life changes. Whatever you're experiencing in life right now, accept it. Don't fret. You know, just accept what's going on and bring your bigness to it. So I'm going to close to give Judy a chance, and I want to close with this Sufi story of the lion in the river. And in the story, you are the lion. Remember that, you're the lion. After the great rains, the lion was faced with crossing the river that had encircled him. So swimming was not in his nature, but it was either cross or die. The lion roared and charged the river, almost drowning before he retreated. Many more times he attacked the water, and each time he failed to cross. Exhausted, the lion lay down, and in his quietness, he heard the river say, "Never fight what isn't here." Cautiously, the lion looked up and he said, "What isn't here?" "Your enemy isn't here," answered the river. "Just as you are a lion, I am merely a river." So the lion sat very still, and then he began to study the ways of the river. And after a while, he walked to where a certain current brushed against the shore, and all he did was step and float to the other side. See, life isn't our enemy. Life isn't our enemy. Anything that's going on is not your enemy. If you step back into yourself, you'll see it differently. My prayer for each of us is that we're able to relax into this mystery of life and trust what life brings. Thank you.